So I wake up this morning and Jamie's like, we're gonna do a shop tour, but I also want to incorporate all the new clothing into the boutique.
Zeb doesn't get away from the farmhouse very much anymore. In fact, I have to pry him away, so I am gonna get all the things I need done in one day before I let him go. So follow along with us as we show you how we set up our new clothing boutique in the shop, and we'll do a shop tour.
It's essentially like resetting the entire shop. We're moving the clothing back there and all the furniture up here, and we gotta move all the things.
All the things.
All right, here, I'll hand you things. She's short.
Because I'm short.
Oh, look at you reaching high.
This is my makeshift moving equipment here. We're gonna stick this under one side and then stick this under the other side and slide it on the cardboard. We could also use furniture slides, but I don't know where any are. So ironically, half of the stuff that's on here used to be on this gray display, and I unloaded it all last week so I could load up the clothing, and now I'm unloading it so I can move the clothing back here. It's like the two-step shop shuffle. Stole the cardboard. Luckily this is not heavy. Alright, coming this way?
So I can get out of the corner.
Watch out!
All right, so Jamie is putting this room back together. We got the doors and the screen. Is that a screen in front of the windows over?
I risked life and limb in the basement to drag it out, but I just wanted to create kind of a faux wall that still lets sunlight in. But it gets really hot in the summer, and we're about a month away from that, so I decided to be preemptive and cover up a little bit of that heat.
I actually like this display up here better than the gray display. It looks a lot, I don't know, it goes with this old Hoosier that we've got here.
Yeah, I think it does good, and I kind of angled that because that corner was always the bane of my existence, like how do I style it? So at a slight angle, it kind of fills the space, and I actually love the mannequin here because it's about the same depth, and there's two windows here. So I actually asked Debbie from Debbie's Design Diary to send me some ideas of how to hang clothing, and she mentioned hanging chairs on the wall, which I think is great because I want to have a clothing boutique in here, but I don't want it to look really out of place. So I'm trying to blend the clothing in with my kind of antique vibe situation. So I tasked Zeb, how are we gonna hang these?
We'll see if we can squeeze them all in.
Let's see. I don't know about that twine situation. I guess it'll have to do.
We could get some fancy ribbon later down the road, but that's what I have here.
This dresser's gonna have to pull away from here. We'll put two more chairs here. I don't know what here, and then the Mama Jamma dough bowl is gonna have to go somewhere else.
Somewhere over this
Somewhere
way.
over the rainbow. I don't know. I'm moving stuff around in the other room, so something might go over there.
Jamie didn't like my hemp solution, so we're putting screws into the bottom of the back of these chairs.
When you need a curtain real fast, grain sack and a tension rod.
Just a little curtain.
Yeah, just like a little cafe curtain situation. You know, I worked at a shoe store as a little girl in Mexico. Sounds funny, but it's true. My best friend, her parents owned a shoe store, and she had to work there on Saturdays, so if I wanted to hang out with her, I had to go too. So I lived right next to the border, and we would just hop across the border, catch a taxi, and go work and sell shoes on Saturday. Zeb, is it a dream come true to own a clothing boutique for you?
Yes.
That's what he's been dreaming of ever since he was a little boy.
I don't know why, but when I think it's not going to take me very long, I get started and 4 hours later, I'm still folding shirts. I actually think I need one of those things that helps you fold them because I'm not very good at this. I don't actually fold clothes at home, so I'm not very good at doing it here. But we are almost done. So I'm going to get these folded, and then probably next week I'll have one of the girls come in that's better at folding than me and make it better. So it took all day. I'm still not done, and I think I only have about 50% of my inventory out here, but it's starting to look like a clothing boutique. And the best part is I really think we were able to mix up the clothing with the vintage vibe we have going on. So that way when people come in, it's not like, oh, here's clothing, here's vintage. I just kind of wanted a harmonious look. We repurposed these shelves that initially we had dishes on. If you guys recall, we built them when we first got started with some leftover shelving from the farmhouse and shutters on the side. I went ahead and used it for my graphic tees, shoes, layering tees, leggings. I have more product. We'll get it folded and out before we open up on Wednesday. And eventually we're gonna have to come up with a situation because I have about twice this many shoes coming, but with this situation, things are slowly rolling in. We needed to fill this space up here, and obviously we wouldn't want to put clothing up here, but you don't want to let any real estate go to waste. Baskets were a great choice. I put 5 because an odd number is always pleasing to the eye, and they all kind of have a similar aesthetic. IKEA is currently closed, so I can't pick up more hangers. Zeb picked these up for me at Lowe's. All they had was 30, so we'll get more clothes loaded up as I can find more wooden hangers. I opted for wooden hangers because they just look a little bit nicer and make the clothes look that much better. Also, I kind of group things together by color. We've got our dresses that are a little bit higher up and then our blouses a little ways down. And anything that was nice, I went ahead and hung it up because I don't want it to be wrinkled and I want people to be able to see what it is and go through all the sizes. So we went ahead and used grain sacks just on some tension rods down on the bottom. Perfect way to hide all the shoe boxes. Eventually they won't all fit. We'll go ahead and put some in the closet, and as customers need sizes, we'll bring them out. In the middle room, we still have all the paint and products that people come here for every day. They stock up on the DIY, the IOD, the stencils, and the milk paint. If you're interested in these products, you can stop by the store in Lehi or go to JamiRayVintage.com.
I don't know where Jamie found all these little tiny glass bottles, but they just kept coming out of the woodworks.
I have a few collections and a few hiding spots in the shop that nobody knew about. There's still a few areas that we have some spaces for, so I'll come back in before we open on Wednesday, go through all of my boxes in the basement and fluff it all up and make it just perfect to open. We're super excited that these are slowly starting to open again so people can shop. Make sure you guys hit up JamiRayVintageHome.com for many of the items that you're gonna see in the shop tour as well as the clothing. If there's a one-of-a-kind item that you don't find on the website, you can email info@JamiRayVintageHome.com and we can get you pricing and shipping information on that. As always, you can get our DIY products at JamiRayVintage.com. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.